A man named James had always cherished his peaceful life in Ridgewood Park, Virginia. He worked as a history lecturer at the local college, and he enjoyed the serenity of his cozy cottage, nestled amid lush greenery. But nothing was more valuable to him than Max, his German Shepherd. Loyal, intelligent, and protective, Max was not just a pet, but family. James had rescued Max from a shelter years ago when the dog was just a frightened puppy abandoned with his siblings. Under James's care, Max transformed into a trusting and loving companion who would do anything to protect his owner. For James, a man without a wife or children, Max's companionship was priceless. Before we move on from here, there is a sudden twist in this story, one that is hardly expected for many. So, be sure to keep watching though, because what happens next will shock you. After a particularly challenging teaching year, he felt burnt out and longed for a week of solitude in the mountains. It was the perfect retreat to recharge, yet every accommodation he considered refused to accept pets. Reluctantly, James shared his trouble with his friend Emily over coffee. Luckily, Emily, who adored Max, volunteered to take care of the dog during James's trip until he returned. Feeling relieved that he finally found someone who could take care of his beloved dog while he was taking a vacation, James began packing for his journey. As he folded clothes and tucked books into his bag, Max watched intently, his expressive eyes filled with concern. Guilt tugged at James, but he reassured Max with a pat on the head and a promise to take him on a special weekend trip once he returned. With Emily living just a few blocks away, James trusted her to feed Max and take care of him for his daily walks. She regularly sent James text messages confirming that Max was doing well, allowing James to enjoy his vacation without worry. The fresh mountain air, scenic hikes, and quiet evenings with a book eased his mind and spirit. However, on the last day of his trip, James received an unexpected call from Emily. An emergency had come up and she wouldn't be able to check on Max that evening. Though concerned, James assured her it was fine. Max had plenty of food and James would be home early the next morning. While he was driving back to Ridgewood Park, James felt refreshed and eager to reunite with Max. He had planned a long walk to make up for the previous evening's missed outing. But as he pulled into his driveway, he noticed something unsettling. The house was eerily silent. The moment James opened the door, a strange unease gripped him. He didn't see Max as usual. He didn't rush to the front door to welcome his return. Instead, the house seemed heavy with an unnatural stillness. James called out to Max, his voice echoing through the silent rooms. Fearing something may have happened to Max, he began to search the house for him. When he eventually took a first step into the living room, only to freeze in horror. What he saw in the living room was a huge mess, suggesting something awful happened while he was away. Blood spattered the walls and door, painting a gruesome scene. Fear surged through James as he imagined the worst. Has Max been hurt? Panic took over as he frantically called out for his dog, hoping he was fine. It only took a few moments later, Max appeared at the top of the stairs. James felt a fleeting relief at seeing Max alive and unharmed, but something was off. Max's body trembled, his ears flattened, and his tail tucked between his legs. This wasn't the joyful reunion James had anticipated. The source of Max's fear became evident when James nudged the living room door open. What he saw was a mess. The room was in complete disarray. As James moved through the wreckage, Max stayed glued to his side, whining softly. The office bore similar signs of chaos. Cabinets and drawers had been emptied. His sofa cushions were scattered all over the floor. Books had been haphazardly flung from their shelves, and now the pages were crumpled on the floor. James's mind raced. If Max wasn't injured, then where had all the blood come from? The shocking realization hit James like a blow. His home had been broken into, and Max had likely confronted the intruders. The blood on the walls and doors wasn't Max's. It had to belong to the trespassers. The loyal German Shepherd had defended his home with unwavering courage. James knelt beside Max, his hands trembling as he stroked the dog's fur. "Good boy," he whispered, his voice choking with emotion. Max had faced unimaginable danger to protect their home, and the blood was evidence of his bravery. Yet James's relief was tinged with unease. The severity of the intruder's injuries was unclear, and he feared how the authorities might view Max's actions. Would they understand that Max had acted in defense, protecting his territory and his family? With a heavy heart, James dialed the police. He described the break-in and explained Max's role in driving the intruders away. The dispatcher assured him that officers would arrive promptly to investigate. As he waited, James sat on the floor beside Max, processing the events. The once cozy cottage now felt like a crime scene. Max, still trembling, leaned into James for comfort, his loyalty evident even in his fear. When the police arrived, they carefully examined the scene. The officers commended Max's bravery, noting that his actions likely prevented the intruders from causing further harm or stealing anything significant. It was likely that the intruder was probably caught and he was forced to leave the house when he was being attacked by Max in an attempt to drive the intruder away. When he knew what exactly happened, James felt a surge of pride as he recounted Max's courage. Over the next few days, the cottage underwent repairs, and James worked to restore the sense of peace that had been shattered. Through it all, Max remained by his side, his presence a reminder of unwavering loyalty and love. The bond between James and Max deepened after the incident. James couldn't stop marveling at the dog's courage and protective instincts. He later took Max to a veterinary hospital for examination for his injuries when he was trying to chase the intruder away. Despite the trauma, Max began to recover with James's gentle reassurance, and he was shortly discharged from the hospital. Walks in the park, treats, and quiet evenings together helped rebuild their routine. Following the incident, James decided to follow Emily's suggestion to have a security system installed to prevent future break-ins. The police tried to investigate further to see if they could find any further evidence that could help them figure out the identity of the intruder, but there was no new development. The ordeal also served as a poignant reminder for James about the strength of their connection. Max wasn't just a pet. He was a hero, a companion, and a testament to the extraordinary loyalty of animals. Did you enjoy today's story? If you did, consider giving us a thumbs up. Tell us what you think in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.